Hello friends, Vinay Kumar here, International NLP and IAS coach. In this video, I'm going to share with you three letter P's, okay, which are very essential for your success in every aspect of life, including civil service exam, okay. Now, having said that, my dear friends, first I would like to begin by asking you, can you guess some words? Can you guess some attributes that starts with letter P, my dear friends? Just to check with yourself whether I and you zeroed down on the same three letters, same three words, okay, which is starting with letter P. All right. Okay, whatever you might have got, persistence, patience, proactivity, or whatever you would have got. I'm going to share with you the three P's, my dear friends. Okay, three words that start with letter P, which are going to be super important for your success in any and every aspect of life, including exam. The first P is, my dear friends, purpose. P-U-R-P-O-S-C, purpose. Okay. I know at a young age, not many of you would have come into terms with something like that. But what happens in a lot of families where parents are more aware, more enlightened, they help kids come into realization, come into terms with, purpose of their lives. If you are one among those lucky people, you really have to pat yourself, my dear friends, because at an young age, you are living on a mission. At an young age, you very well know what is, how great human life can be, how divine it can be, and all that. Superb. Pat yourself for that, my dear friends. Having said that, for those of you, my dear friends, who are yet to realize that there is some purpose to life, explore, discover, and see all that you can do to come into terms, to come face to face, to come in eye to eye with the purpose of your life. Because once you figure out your purpose of life, life is never going to be the same, my dear friends. Life is definitely not going to be the same. Life is going to be much more vibrant. Life is going to be much more intense. Life is going to be much more happening. Are you connecting to what I'm trying to tell you, my dear friends? So please do all the homework that is possible to figure out the purpose of your life. In fact, you can also seek expert help to identify the purpose, to help you come into terms with the purpose of your life, my dear friends. But once you have the purpose, you get clear sense of direction to your life. You get focus to your life. You don't have to put that extra effort. You don't have to spend that extra energy on whatever you are doing. Life just flows like this when you know the purpose of your life. Are you connecting to what I'm trying to tell you, my dear friends? Don't ever think, hey, my purpose is just to clear this exam. No, exam is just a fraction of that purpose, my dear friends. Just try to, however young or old or whatever age group you may belong to, I would request you to sit back and think for yourself, my dear friends. Hey, how can my life be more useful? How can my life serve, people in a much better way? What pain and sufferings I can be a liberator of in my avatar of a human, whatever. Got that? I'm trying to. So, see, my dear friends, if you can come into terms with the purpose of your life. Okay. Now, having said that, you saw some light coming up like this as you heard about the purpose. That's correct, my dear friends. Yes, it should have happened that way. Anyway, so That's number one. Number two is the second word that starts with letter P, principles. Yeah, you heard it right. It's principles. Now, there is nothing called your principles, my principles, his principles, and her principles, my dear friends. It's not, there is nothing like that. If all, each of us have our own, what we call as values. We can't have our own principles. That's the difference between values and principles. Most people confuse between the terms values and principles, my dear friends. Values are individualistic. Values are intrinsic. They're intrinsic. They're individualistic. You may have your own set of values. I may have my own set of values. That is not the case with principles. Principles are external to us. They are universal truths. They are self-evident. They are timeless. When you're violating principle, there is a consequence for sure. It may get delayed. And many times you may think, because it's getting delayed, you may not suffer from that consequence at all. No, it's a principle, it's not a value. You will experience what you have to experience, going by the law of karma. That's how principles are. Okay? And when you live in alignment, with principles, you also experience all the good things that you have to experience, my dear friends. Same thing applies to, the alignment with principles is very much needed for your success in life and definitely in exam, my dear friends. It's as simple as this. Whenever you're preparing for the exam, just check with yourself, am I in alignment with the principles? If you are in alignment with principles, take it from me, my dear friends, you are actually graduating, you're progressing, connecting to what I'm trying to tell you. And then comes the third P, practice. Wise men have always said, practice, practice, practice. So, you need to take actions consistently and with discipline. In my previous video, I talk about the difference between action consistency and action discipline, my dear friends. It's very, very essential to have both with reference to your actions. And only by consistent and disciplined actions, practice, will you get the results that you desire for in your life, my dear friends, in your exam. Are you connecting to what I'm trying to tell you? Perfect. Now, this takes us to the other two words that also starts with P. And out of the two words, one I say, don't go for it. And one I say, that's the way. The one that I would suggest to you that don't go for it is perfection. When I talk about purpose, principles, and practice, my dear friends, many of you may try to seek perfection there. Try to seek perfection in your purpose, perfect alignment with principles, and gaining or achieving perfection in your practice and all that. It may not be possible, my dear friends. We are all imperfect. We are all imperfect in our own ways. And that's okay. That's perfectly perfect. Okay? So, what I'm trying to suggest to you is, my dear friends, you shouldn't become inactive or, less action taking, presuming that, hey, I'm yet to figure out the purpose of my life, or I'm not in full alignment with principles, or I'm not practicing enough, I'm not practicing perfectly. No, you need to commit yourself to continuous. The second word that I want to share with you, which I want you to go for, my dear friends, that also starts with letter P, progress. Yeah. Progress is the key, my dear friends. Okay? Forget about the perfection. Progress is the key. If there is progress in you coming into terms realization with the purpose of your life, if there is progress in you aligning more and more with the principles, and if there is progress in the practice that you are committing to, then I think you're actually doing superbly in life, and definitely superbly for your exam as well, my dear friends. Progress is the key. Okay, one of the most important things you need to practice along with your preparation for the exam is self-love. You need to practice self-love, my dear friends, which is very, very important for you to figure out your purpose of life, stay in alignment with the principles, and to take consistent and disciplined actions. Are you connecting to what I'm trying to tell you, my dear friends? If you want to come into better terms, I don't say clear terms, because clear is again somewhere getting close to perfection. Better terms with what's your purpose of life? What are the consistent and disciplined actions that you will have to bring in? What are the areas of your preparation that you need to practice upon better? And what are the areas of competence that you will have to persistently concentrate and practice to sharpen them? And most importantly, if you have to know how to practice self-love, as simple as this, my dear friends. If you're watching this video for the first time, if you're watching this video in my channel for the first time, subscribe to my channel. You will get lots and lots of videos in the coming days on how to enhance your productivity and how to practice self-love. Are you connecting to what I'm trying to tell you, my dear friends? Perfect. It's going to be a lot useful for you, for your success in exam, your career, and your life. Okay, so thank you very much, my dear friends. If you have any queries related to it, if you have any doubts that you want to ask to me, in the description you'll find my phone number. In the description below you'll find my phone number. You can SMS or WhatsApp to me your doubts and clarifications related to whatever I shared in the video just now with you, my dear friends. Okay, so thank you very much, my dear friends. See you all in my next video.